Assalamualaikum and good evening. We are from Group 80. I got news for you. We will publish the Putra news. From the previous video, we have discussed about sport issue, and today we're gonna discuss about environmental issue. So I would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Nur Izzati binti Muhammad Nur. My metric number is 200924.
My name is Nur Izzati binti Mustafa and my matrix number is 200879.
Hello, my name is Wahida Najah binti Matizab and my metric number is 202390.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Azizul bin Asri. My matrix number 204110.
Hello, my name is Akhi Abimada Majatin Nugroho and my matric number is 201419.
Hi, my name is Fakri Hilman bin Muhammad Hijat and my matrix number is 202862.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Fahmi bin Saleh. My matric number is 200418.
Hi, my name is Nur Izzan binti Zunaidi and my matrix number is 202698. So we gonna start our discussion with Izzati.
Okay, so in my opinion, pollution is one of the primary causes of many of the other environmental concerns, including climate change and biodiversity. All 7 key types of pollution like air, water, soil, noise, radioactive, light and thermal are affecting our environment. All types of pollution and environmental concerns are linked and influence one another. So to tackle one is to tackle them all. That's why we need to work together as a community to reduce the impact that pollution is having on our environment. So to make the people aware about this situation, why not we add the current AQI, which is a quality index in our newspaper. Okay. That's all for me. So how about you, teacher?
I agree with your opinion, but your opinion is very general. So, in my opinion, I should publish about water pollution. There are over 80% of the main city in this country can be considered dead rivers of pollution, especially the remain of industry that are growing every year. Some rivers are in a bad condition, filled with rubbish, especially plastic, bottles, and used tire, and forming a small islands causing a black river and emitting bad odors. Some example of river categories as polluted in Malaysia include the Juru River in Penang, the Sigurd River in Johor, and Kelang River in Selangor. According to the Department Environmental data last year, there were 33 rivers categories as polluted compared to the previous year, 2017, about 52 rivers and 38 rivers in 2016. In one exposure of the National Department of several years ago, about 3,000 tons of garbage enough to fill 110 Olympic swimming pools into the river every year, and that irresponsible activity contribute to water crisis in this country. So, from this crisis, people had to pay high cost to reproduce water treatment, and it will have caused a more expensive water bill. So that's all. So what about you, Fahmi?
In my opinion, I want to publish about noise pollution. Okay, what is noise pollution? Noise pollution is when there is either an excessive amount of noise or unpleasant sound that causes a temporary disruption in natural balance. This definition is usually applicable to sounds and noises that are unnatural in either volume or their production. Okay, we have various causes of noise pollution. Firstly, industrialization. Most of the industry use big machines which are capable of producing a large amount of noise. Apart from that, various equipment like compressor, generator, exhaust fan, grinding mills also participate in producing big noise. Therefore, you must have seen worker in these factories and industry wearing a plug to minimize the effect of noise. Okay, secondly, social event. Noise is at its peak in most of the social events, whether it's marriage, parties, disco, or place of worship. People normally flout rules set by the local administration and create nuisance in the area. People play songs on full volume and dance till midnight, which makes the condition of people living nearby pretty worse. In market, you can see people selling clothes. We are making a lot of noise to attract the attention of people. Okay. And lastly is transportation. A large number of vehicles on roads, airplane flying over houses, underground trains produce heavy noise, and people get it difficult to get accustomed to that. The high noise lead to a situation where a normal person lost the ability to hear properly. Okay, that's all from me. What's your opinion about it?
Okay, my opinion, we should publish about ecosystem and endangered species. Due to the list of environmental issues happening on this planet, both ecosystem and species are affected. In fact, 1 out of every 10 plants and animal species is expected to go extinct by 2050. The endangered species list continues to grow as ecosystems continue to decrease. Lost habitats mean losing the species that live there. While some may be able to migrate elsewhere, others are not so lucky. For example, with the rising temperatures of the Arctic sea ice melt, which eliminate the habitat of polar bears, nowadays polar bears, the number of polar bears is decreasing. I think that's all from me. How about you, Fakri?
As we know that the continuous issues nowadays is about the development of slopes, especially in Cameron Highlands, that have been leading the cause of the landslides that reported lately in the Highland resorts. In addition to development activities, the effects of uncontrolled and land use irrespective of environment effect are also the cause of several landslides occurring in I think it's the vegetable areas, some of which also result in loss of life. As we know that on October 2014, 3 gardeners were killed after a shared house was hit in a landslide at Bucket 49 in Kampung 3, Kuala Terlau, near the Cameron Highlands. However, Pahang, the Ministry of the Pahang, one Rosli, one Ismail insists the landslide was caused by the heavy rainfall rather than the land explorers activities. Cameron Highlands Environment Awareness Association, which we know as the REACH, his president Ramakrishna said that although a series of landslides were reported, construction work on the slopes around Cameron Highlands was coupled with ongoing uncontrolled agriculture activities, which was to worsen the situations. The rapid development taking place in Cameron Highlands does not take into account the population that can be accommodated in this area because it's very limited area. The economy planning units is from the Prime Minister Department has previously determined that the numbers of people who can accommodate the Cameron Highlands is 50,000, and we can see what is happening now that it has already exceeded its limits. When it exceeds the limits, we invite disaster because the ongoing development does not take into account the limitation, and sadly, most of the development projects taking place in Cameron Highlands are neither affordable nor development for locals. Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, the Prime Minister, complained to those who engage in irregular and illegal development, especially field trees irregularities following the landslide in Penang. So I think what's about you, Gati?
So, in my opinion, I would suggest how about we publish about the latest environmental issue like either local issue or global issue. So the people can find the latest news and stories about environmental issue. And for example, um, now at Singapore, they are heeding to call to recycle e-waste, which is recycled e-waste is in the spotlight recently at the Singapore, which is it introduced a regulated e-waste management system, and it will the environment will not gonna be really dirty and that's all for me. How about you, Isyan? So I think we should publish this issue for the news. So that's all from me. How about you, Isyan?
In my opinion, in newspaper should have a section where all of the upcoming events about the environment in Malaysia, because not every event are well known by the public society, especially for the elders who doesn't spend their time browsing the internet. For example, of the upcoming event is such as the National Conference on Atmospheric Sciences and Application to Air Quality located in Kuala Lumpur, and the exchange in Ampang Jaya or the ICB MSE also in Putra Jaya. I think it is important for people, for all of the I think it is important for all of the community in Malaysia to be aware and know about the events, about the upcoming events in Malaysia. And that's all from me. How about you, Bimo?
I think I have an idea that how about we publish an article about how to save the environment, like the guidance of how to save the environment, because I have an article. Its title is 8 Simple Ways to Help the Environment. So they give us 8 simple ways or 8 steps to save our environment by using first one, using reusable bags like a tote bag to avoid the plastic bag, so we don't waste another plastic bag. And then another example is we as a student always print a lot of paper, so they give us an advice to as little as necessary to print a paper. Because of that, we will not using a lot of paper that will damage our environment. And then another tips is don't throw your notes away. So if you have excessive notes like a notebook from the last year or last semester, it's better to use it until it's finished.
Oh shit.
I think that's all from me. Any other comments or any other opinion?
Okay, I think I agree with Bimo's opinion, which is ways to save the environment, and I also agree with my opinion too because because if we include the latest issue, so we can talk about pollution, endangered species, and so on.
All the pollution.
Yeah. How about you guys?
I agree about what we discussed, and because the ways to save environment with
So important.
ways make the awareness to communities to know how to take care of the environments, because it's a continuous to our generation to know that we have the green world. How about Annie?
I
As usual.
I also agree with.
So I think that's all from us. Thank you. Alright. From the previous video, we talked about food. So we agreed we will publish about Korean food and healthy food. Next, about entertainment issue, we also agreed to publish about music top charts and recommendation movies. And sport, we would like to publish about result of the sport and hijab in sports. And for environment, we would like to talk about ways to save the environment and the latest issue about environmental issue. So this is our last video, and next we would like to publish the Putra news about all these news in week 8. So I think that's all from us, and thank you.